Greetings. This is my son Goddess 777 coming at you again with another download on how has your full moon in Aquarius, the sturgeon moon energy been going? Because you know it's gonna last several weeks after the full moon and several days before. So it's not just happening. That's why when I did my other, go check out the video I just did about the Sirius star system, the Orion moon, the Orion star system, Orion's belt, Sirius star system, the retrograde, and the full moon in Aquarius and the sturgeon moon. See how it affects you in your everyday life. And I'm talking about the different things, the indigenous and healing and grounding and all that good stuff. But we're gonna talk about what's going on with a little bit of everything. So what's up with the president? What is it? Our 45th and 47th deploying the National Guard to Washington D.C. But they say now I hadn't really checked it out for myself. But they say the crime rate and stuff has dropped in Washington. So they don't know why he's doing that when the crime rate has dropped. He's taking over, letting the military be the police in Washington, D.C. That's something interesting. Keep an eye on that, because I'm not moved by the stuff that goes on, but it's good to be aware and know what's going on, so we'll know how to move. Please like, subscribe, and share. Support my yacht Simple of Healing and Unconditional Love. We are a nonprofit organization that's been ongoing I just established that name a few years ago, but I've been doing this since I was like a kid, but I just decided to actually give it a name a few years ago. So yeah, we've been doing a lot of stuff and doing some spiritual, physical, and different things. If you want more information on that, just comment in the down below. But yeah, I want to know, like, what do y'all think about the president deploying the National Guard, and I see the Democrats are running from Texas to they're in Chicago, Illinois, because of they're saying that they're trying to get the parties just fully Republican, and they're upset with the governor of Texas. So just seeing how that plays out also. Um, I was looking at a TikTok earlier, and it was talking about some crazy stuff like Donald Trump is the Antichrist. That's what it said, and how he is Elvis Presley. It was crazy, and how they're actually playing out the Bible as like a Hollywood script. It was wow. What do y'all think about that? Do you think that they play out these like scriptures and stuff like the movies and different things? I know it's been a lot of the truth coming out about the indigenous and stuff. I talk about that a lot because I always say that when I was a kid, my grandmother told us we was of the Cherokee tribes, and now you see them accepting the freedmen. But Dane Calloway said you don't want to be accepted in and given citizenship as a freedman into these tribes. But there's more. You got to do more research into that. Uh, just a lot of stuff going on. I'm not even gonna be up here long. Um, a lot of people talking about the great doctor. Well, I guess he used to be great, but now everybody feeling like that he been scamming, and he evidently have. If talk is cheap. And so I don't want to get into no gossip, but hey, this is the year where everything is being exposed, and if you ain't walking it like you talking, you gonna get exposed with your pants down. Um, what did I do today? Oh, I did a lot of walking. I'm trying to get up to see. I've been losing weight because I was walking a lot, some by choice and some by, but today, lately it's been my choice, but I'm glad because I like to lift the weights when I'm walking and stuff like that. Yeah, well, I like to lift the weights. I had situation where my vehicle had shut down on me, and I was trying not to get into debt, so I was trying to see it through until I could fix it, or I was trying to, buy something else, which it all worked out. But during that time frame, I was doing a lot of walking. I sure was. I was walking and trying to lift weights and get in shape, and it worked out. I did not weigh myself to see how much weight I lost, but I know the last time I did that, when I was living in um this little small city in North Carolina, when I did that, but it was a lot of hills. I lost a lot of weight, and not only did I lose weight, I was doing the hills, so I was actually really reshaping my body and stuff like that. Yeah, I was actually reshaping everything, and when I'm doing that, I really don't get on the scale. But what I learned is to be consistent with the exercise and with the discipline of food. If you, I noticed that if I cook my food, it doesn't blow me up and stuff like if I'm eating out. Like when I'm constantly eating out, the weight just piles on. But when I'm being mindful of what I'm eating and cooking and working out and doing my stretching and qigong and Pilates and yoga, it's you know I'm able to, I guess, really get rid of fluid. And then what I wanted to tell y'all in the other video, when you stand on your tiptoes, that helps your lymphatic system. You stand on your tiptoes and you breathe in and hold it for a few seconds and you breathe out. That gets the fluid out and it gets out the toxins out of your like lymphatic system. When I say lymphatic system, I'm talking about the kidneys, the liver, and stuff with the spleen and all that stuff. I think it even help with the intestines. But I do a colon stretch. I've been doing that for so many years I can't count. But I was teaching the kids how to do it. I was teaching my little family member how to do it because they be having issues with uh, not frequently going to the bathroom, but that's a lack of fiber also. But I know that colon stretch helps that intestine stretch out, and also these squats that I be doing where you just squat all the way down, and I've gotten up to being able to hold it to 100, where you just squat like not squat like you lifting weights because I do that. I do the squatting with the weightlifting, but I'm talking about where you just like the ancient ancestors used to do, where we just squat down and hold it. Just it's strengthening and lining everything up. It's really a good exercise. And when I'm doing that, I do my breathing and stuff too. And you breathe in through your nose and you can hold it. And you can breathe out through your nose, or you can breathe in through your nose and you can hold it, and you can slowly breathe out through your mouth, like this. That does a lot. Just or just and this is a good one too, because when my nose and stuff gets stopped up, I do this like, and I hold it for a few seconds, maybe like 10, and then I hold. So that's a good, it's simple stuff, but it's really, really effective. You'd be surprised at how effective and healing just the right way to breathe is. Yeah. So yeah, going back to the politics and stuff, they are. I don't. To me, I think it's all a show. Honestly, like I think the parties all work together. They're all family members. I think these, and then they got us thinking about racism, but I think all these people are some kin. Cause I'm finding out that the people back in the day that we thought were white were it was created in the 1600s when they published the Bible. Those people were not really white. They were like all mixed in together before they did that white and black thing. And white and black doesn't mean what we think. It's like actual status. So it's just they playing in our faces, y'all. We gonna have to get ourselves together and realize who we are and get with like-minded people and build. Because I was looking at something too, where if I can put it up here, I will. Where they were saying that the lady AI forgot what year it was, and she asked the AI what she it asked her what year is it. She said it was 2050. So the AI said, "Oh, I'm so glad that you survived. You survived the dude. What happened in 2037?" So she was like, "What happened in 2037?" So the AI was like, "Oh, your memory is blurred from what happened." The AI actually said that something happened where humans were leaving the earth, but it wasn't in a natural way. It's like they was guiding them towards that. They didn't want to be like merging with AI, or I guess you know what we've been talking about, transhumanism. So what they saying in so many words is that in 2037 or around that time, that was something was gonna happen where if you didn't want to be merged with the AI or a transhuman, that means machine and human, then they can get you up out of here. And the AI was saying some people voluntarily wanted to go to the other side because they wanted to be gatekeepers from the other side. So it's just wild to me. So it's hey, I try to learn as much as I can without getting too much into knowledge, because knowledge not applied is no good. And I try to stay grounded and I try to stay balanced, like not too much to the left, not too much to the right, not too much up there, not too much down there. Staying balanced and grounded, and yes, taking your shoes off, connecting to the earth, and then your meditation, your stretching, that stretching and all that stuff, even that exercising, it gets a lot of stale energy out of your body and stuff. And it's the stretch that I do. It helps with trauma and things like that. So it's a lot, but it's stuff that we need to be doing, and this energy with these different solar flares going on and these different star systems aligning with these pyramid power grids and aligning with our body and these DNA upgrades happening. We need to be doing certain things, getting our mind right to be, uh, uniting with our tribes and stuff like that. Because we we can't depend on the enemy. They ain't did us no good so far. So we're gonna have to merge with other. You can't do everything by yourself. You have to be authentic and you have to be vulnerable enough to know that you need a team. You can't. I used to think like back in the days that I could do it all on my own, but no, you need a team. Just like the body. The body has different parts that it uses to operate, and we have to like-mindedly do the same. We can't do everything on our own. We have to work with like-minded people. Everybody can't get along. Everybody don't agree on everything, but you can come together and you know work for the good of the collective or your group of people and for the bigger picture. You don't always have to be like me, myself, and I, and I'm all alone, and it's me against the world. And I realized that as we work on healing and doing our shadow work, we don't meet them same assholes that we met in past times. But maybe it was a reflection of us. I had to come to that accountability that somebody was saying that it's this guy. I might play a little bit of this because I've been moving around, traveling, so I don't have my. I still got my stuff set up where I can teach and bring up my screens and stuff, but I'm gonna be moving around, so I'm gonna figure out how to do that with my laptop and stuff, which I know, but mm, it's just gonna be a variety of me doing things where I'm actually actively doing it, not just. I'm tired of just sitting here talking all the time. Cause I was gonna go live today, but I didn't go. I didn't go to the park. I just walked in the neighborhood and just did that. I didn't, and I couldn't go live then because I was actually talking to my family members and stuff like that, so it wouldn't be a focus live. But I used to do that. I used to go in the woods and go live at the park, and I'm just gonna get back to doing that because that's to me that's more, you know, to me, my opinion for myself, that's more it's more active, you know. I get bored just sitting in one spot talking. But yeah, what is his name? It should have more views than what it's got too. Mm. Yeah, check my other video out and comment and let me know what you think about it. But I like Dan Calloway. He talks a lot about the what's going on with the indigenous black people really realizing who they are, and so does Asir the Duke of Tears. He talks about the Moors. So he talks about the Moors. I'm looking for it. Oh, and support the school. He has a school in Brooklyn, Q Butter, and that's one in Kinston. It's Zaya. Is it Zaya? Am I saying it right? Zaya, Zaya homeschool, but he's actually teaching them in a building too. It's the Zayas, yeah. Just started in North Carolina. Kids to support him. Go up there and look for Zaya. Is XYAYX. He's actually starting the school. He's not out here just taking donations and taking people money and doing all that crazy shit. He actually is doing something. He don't get a lot of support, and he is trying to help the children, the black children. Let's see. I'm looking. I'm gonna find this guy name. I don't know if he sold out or whatever, but he's saying some good stuff. Well, once they start playing them movies, a lot of times they get compromised, and they have to, do certain things to be on certain platforms. So, Steve Bags, yeah, let's hear a little bit of it.
How much of this is freestyle and how much of this have you broke down every word in the dictionary? Like, do you practice this shit in the mirror? Is it something that you're supposed to believe and worship?
This is Steve Bags. It says you've been lied to about the Bible, the government, and your own power. Big facts.
I don't believe in worship.
And it's on the Revolt.
Tired of me.
Nothing. Stevie Bags.
You feel me? That's how you just learn all this shit, bro. It's nothing but a game. It ain't nobody outside of you. It's you. Nothing changes, homie, until something changes. People that you saying that you feel like now look, because you don't accept it, that you got mad. I'm just saying, when we stop fucking lying to each other, then we can be connected to people who think like us.
He said when we stop lying to each other, then we can be connected to people that think like us. What y'all think about that?
Studios in the ATL. It's time for Big Facts. Big Bank, what up, Baby J? What up, DJ Scream? I'm here, Stevie Bags. Done pulled up on us on Big Facts today. In Hebrew, a language like Hebrew is not a writing. It's just a writing utensil. It's not a pen, a marker, you know what I'm saying? A pencil. It's just a writing utensil. So it's no gray areas. It's just that. You know what I'm saying? And when you get something that's straight as an arrow, now you can get to the root of it. Yeah. I use the Bible a lot because most people, and I use Al-Quran. I use the Quran and the Bible and any other spiritual teachings. Mithra, Krishna, Buddha, Dalai Lama, all these different, Yeshua, all these different deities are all allegory of the S-U-N, the Son. They say God's Son is the way, the truth, and the life. Jesus, right? That's what I grew up on, I should say. But until I found out that they were talking about the S-U-N. If the sun don't shine, you have no way, you have no truth, and you have no life, because nothing grows without the sun. When you see God's Son walking on the water, They told you it was Jesus, but when you go to the beach and you see the sun reflecting off the water, that's God's son walking on the water. They just told you it's Jesus. It's all Jesus is Jesus. Jesus. That's why they spell it in Spanish. It's Jesus. It's spelled Jesus in English. It's the same spelling in English because it comes from the mythological.
What y'all think about that? He said Jesus is Jesus.
Greek mythology of Hail Zeus. You know what I'm saying? All of it is based on mythology. We've been taught to look at God from a mythological perspective as opposed to a real perspective. You know, God, you are the Lord God Almighty of your reality. Y'all, us, right now, we all created this reality right now that we in. We created it somehow, some way. Now, I'm not saying that you're the Lord God Almighty who created the heavens and earth, who created oxygen, who created the ocean to go back and forth. But you are the Lord God of your reality. If you speak something, it comes to pass. If you think something, it comes to pass.
Let me ask you a question, because somebody asked me this a few weeks ago, and I didn't necessarily know how to answer it. And this gave a motivation. Like, what if somebody is faith-based in a higher power, but they feel like, man, I'm faith-based, I'm trying to be positive, I don't be on no negativity, but don't nothing be going right for me. And my thing was like, I don't know, because I don't know your whole story or what you got going on, but I'll say, stay in faith and keep pushing, you know what I'm saying? But what's your thoughts on something like that?
I don't have no faith, bro. I don't have faith. I only have faith that I'm finna get $100 grand in the next 2 weeks on this business play that I'm doing. I only believe that I'm finna fly from Atlanta back home to Pompano. I believe that. I can have faith and believe in that. But when it comes to God, I don't believe. I know.
No, you know. But what I'm saying is, if someone, let's say someone knows God, whatever the case is, and they always seem to be down bad on their luck, you think they created that in their minds, that 100%?
Yeah, you are not a victim of your past. You are the author of your reality. See, a lot of people want to change their habitat, but they don't want to change their habits. If you don't like your habitat, homie, you got to change your habits. If you don't like your personal reality, you got to shift your personality. It ain't nobody outside of you. It's you. Nothing changes, homie, until some change. And if don't that change, then don't never change. You're going to keep continuing to do the same thing and expecting different results. That's what's going on in the world we live in. You keep blaming it on politics, religion, the system. Well, why don't you change?
I think what he's saying is most people that you're saying that be feeling like, man, I'm down on my luck because you don't accept it that you got bad luck.
How what y'all think about that? He's saying that we create our own reality. It's what we think and what we say, and that's what it does. Like, and then he goes to say about like we attract a reflection of us. You know, if we say them people ain't no good, you know, they a good person, they're a reflection of us. And I guess everybody that we get into relationships with. So, you know, it's just something to think about. This has been My Son Goddess 777. Like, subscribe, and share. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to talk about next. You know, I'm just trying to become a better version of myself and be in the present and get through this journey and know my purpose. Know what I come here to do. I know what I came here to do. And I'm trying to be, you know, more so like Mama T said in my North Node. Yep, going from the material and to the spiritual. Letting things go. Letting the material go and thinking more about that spiritual alchemy. That means becoming that spiritual gold and working on me, working on my spirit, inner man. Not that too much of the, you know, I used to be so concerned about it. My hair was perfect. My body was, you know, my this and that looking good. And the right kind of house and car and clothes, which ain't nothing wrong with having nice things. There's nothing wrong with that, you know. In religion, some people religion, the pastor will be living good, and they'll teach the members be thinking they gotta live poor and miserable and just shave their head. That's not so. You can be abundant and have money and have wealth and have the right mindset with it, and also have balance and be grounded and just be okay. It's nothing. It's not a sin to have money. It's not a sin to be comfortable. It's a sin, you know, as far as what they say in the religious aspect. It's a sin to be greedy and gluttonous and selfish and all that kind of stuff. But if you got your mind right, your spirit right, and you balanced and all that, there's nothing wrong with having nice things. But this has been short and sweet. This is my son God 777. Like, subscribe, share, support Maya's Temple Healing and Unconditional Love. If you have anything, information you want, or got anything to say, leave a comment. I'm out, y'all.